Hi, noise?
Hey, Rachel.
Am I making noise?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent.
Sorry, I'm just setting it up. So,
Doing a
I
terrible
will
job.
mute myself.
thank you, Will.
Of course, anytime.
Mm, uh, okay. Hey, Louisa.
Hi, Seth. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Will.
Hi.
Okay,
Did you
guys.
make yourself big? How do you make yourself big? Do you do that?
Me?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's
yes.
just when you're
Okay.
talking.
I think you can do it yourself too.
Oh,
Fine. I trust you.
Maybe. I don't. But yeah. Yeah, but I think is Rachel big for everyone now?
I'm not big for me. I don't know what that means though.
Oh, okay. I don't know. All right, cool. And people are watching. Well, that's good.
Who's watching? Can you tell us?
Kay is watching. She just texted me. That's why. But it says we have one viewer in the bottom corner. Okay, cool. So I think I have invited everyone. I'll just,
How do you? Oh, I just click on myself.
Hi, Vip.
Hi.
Hi, Bip.
Hi.
Oops. Oh, no. I'm so petrified to touch all the buttons on the left side. I don't know what they do.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Liz.
Hi.
Glad you can make it, Liz.
Yeah, me too.
You look like you're in a pinhole camera.
I don't know how to get out of that.
That's fine.
The Fishwikers are all probably listening in the background.
Oh yeah. Please tell June I say hi.
I will.
I did it. I did it.
I'm so sad that Peter C. couldn't come.
I know. It's the Pelham Ultimate Tournament Finals.
Of course.
I think.
Avid gamer. It's amazing.
Yeah, he said it was absolutely inflexible.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay, so I think we're just waiting. So we're waiting on Blake, Sam, and Blake,
Jono.
Sam, and Jono. Okay, I spoke to all of them. They said they should be good. Oh, hey, Jono.
Right now, it's because I'm working while I'm waiting for this to start, which feels weird.
Hey, Jono.
Hey, what's up?
How are you? Sam. We've never done this without having problems with someone getting in, but so far we're at 100%.
Is Bo watching?
I don't think Bo is watching. But
What?
I was text him. I don't think he can. I think he's like, I don't think he's home. But I'll tell you what. For you, I'll ask him.
Very good.
Someone else watching just told me that Will looks a lot like Toph.
Seth, how many people are watching? Do you know?
3.
Wow.
Big audience. It's a big audience.
Marquee event.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it will also be recorded on YouTube forever. You know?
Hey, Jono, we're wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, I know. I was like gonna cover that up, but
I knew you had an alliance.
Mhm. Well, this is sort of sad, but Sam's just in some other hangout just by himself. I don't
Oh.
know.
like this one.
I do too.
I'm impressed with y'all. I cannot figure out how to get off of Pinhole, let alone get those. I'm gonna blame iPad using. I don't know.
Okay, Sam's in.
I'm here.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Okay, I think we're just waiting for Blake. That's the last person. If we don't get him in like a couple minutes, we'll just start.
I'm gonna assume that he's eating carrots quickly somewhere.
Really quickly.
Which I still hold
Nice-
the green enough to this
Nice
day.
Survivor with Seth joke.
Yeah, very
That's
solid.
not the best.
Yeah, but it's all relative. Just as long as you're quicker than Peter C, it's okay.
On that one, that was pretty safe.
Peter C.
Peter C.
That guy. I said to myself, I said, Peter C is an enigma. He could be a guy that could stand blindfolded for a long time. And it turns out he could stand blindfolded for a long fucking time. Seth, that crown looks great on you.
Thank you.
I know, they look really good, right?
Thought that was Blake. I messaged Blake. Do any of you guys have his number? I don't know if that's the same.
Oh, I actually do have his number.
Do you mind just texting him and reminding him that it's happening?
Yeah, I didn't put it
He's
in
in
my
a different
phone.
time zone, isn't he?
He should be in the central time zone, I think.
That might be the.
I think this is him.
And Bo wants you guys to know he's watching too. We're up to 4 viewers.
Is he the only person watching?
We got 4. We have four solid viewers, including at least one person I don't know.
My sister is watching.
Okay, and that's not even the person I don't know. All right, we'll give Blake like literally 2 more minutes, and then we'll just start. Try one more.
Bip, did you do all that artwork that's behind you?
Yeah, some of it, like back in the day.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
All right, let's just get started, and hopefully Blake will join us.
Hold on, Blake just texted me.
Oh,
He
he
said,
did.
yes, just running a couple minutes late.
Okay.
This just in.
All right, why don't we get started, and then at least we know that Blake is coming in, and then. So, thank you guys all for coming. Virtually, this has seriously been this has been the best season of Survivor with Seth, in my opinion. Obviously, we have a huge task to decide tonight. We have 3 finalists: Biff, Louisa, and Rachel. And so the way this works tonight is the 3 finalists will each get to make a quick opening statement to make their case, and then you guys will have an opportunity to ask a question. That question can be directed at all of them, or just one of them, or just two of them, and you get to decide the order of that, the jurors, that is. So with that in mind, let's just get started with opening statements, and Vip, you can start.
Okay. So I want to start off by just apologizing to anybody who feels hurt by any moves I made towards them. I felt really badly about doing anything to hurt any of you guys, but unfortunately that's the nature of the game. And right off the bat, I just want to say I'm really sorry, and I hope that none of you are too offended. And then I think that I deserve to win for a couple of reasons. First of all, I feel like I established pretty firm alliances very early on, and I really tried to protect my allies the entire time. I even went as far as voting off my own dad so that I didn't betray any of my allies. So I think that that proves like a little bit of my loyalty to them. And I also tried to play with integrity. I didn't want to screw over anyone who I really connected with very early on. So I sort of tried to stick to them. And then lastly, on top of all of this, for the first like half of the game, I overcame a time difference, which was actually very, very stressful. I woke up at like 3 a.m. sometimes to keep up with the game and strategize with people and check in on votes. And I think that it required a lot of extra effort on my part, which was pretty difficult to like stay on top of everything. So yeah.
Okay, thanks, Vip. Louisa, you're up next.
Okay, so I think that I came into this game with a pretty big disadvantage. I felt like I had a target on my back from the beginning because I played last time and I made it to the finals. So I knew that I would have to play really strategically and play really hard, and that's what I felt like I've done this entire time. I've had to go to 13 out of the 14 tribal councils, and I think that my name was brought up pretty much every time. I think Peter C. voted for me like 5 times in a row. I think that it required a lot of effort, strategic effort on my part in order to keep myself in. I think that I wasn't ever surprised at Tribal Council, except for the Corey Peter F. blindside thing. I actually thought he was trying to blindside me. Is that Blake? Why not?
I think so.
But pretty much every other vote, I feel like I was the main orchestrator, which I know can sort of go either way. I know that I was sort of the main person in voting a lot of you out, and I'm really sorry. I hope that no one takes that personally, because I actually really like all of you, and I really appreciate how seriously everyone took this, because it wouldn't have been as fun if people like didn't get really into it and take it really seriously. Which I thought was awesome. So ask me any questions you want, and for the first time I will be 100% honest. I will tell you everything you want to know, and I just hope that you can respect my gameplay.
Thank you, Louisa. Sorry, I was just responding to Blake. I don't see him. He says he's in, but I'm not sure. We'll just continue, and Rachel, you're up next.
Do we think maybe he's on the like observer link?
That's
Yeah.
There was also another. I was in another chat room completely alone for a little while that you had invited me to. I thought I was super on time and that you guys were all late. Turns out that was just not in the right one. So,
Anyway, sorry.
Here. Why don't you hang on just a second, Rachel, and we'll see.
I will hang on.
Thank you.
We were trying to not include you.
yeah.
But you were too clever. You did it.
You guys are seeing
The
him.
final challenge. You actually win. It's all been a sham.
It's too soon for those sort of jokes.
You're
Not enough. The whole period of mourning hasn't really gotten to pass.
All right, we'll just have to continue because I'm not sure what's up. I'll try inviting Blake one more time.
Should I?
So yeah, Rachel, now you can go.
The first thing for carving out time on a Wednesday night. I think obviously Louisa and Bip are really strong competitors, and I'm glad to be sitting here with them. I think that, one thing I pointed out to them earlier is we've leveled the playing field a little bit because all of us have voted the same way since the top 10, and so that makes everyone's job a little bit easier. Ultimately, though, I think I deserve your vote for a few reasons, and if you disagree, I'm happy to respond to those questions that you may have. I think I played the social element of the game better than anyone. Unlike Louisa and Bip, I came in knowing absolutely nobody, and I adjusted to my situations. I worked with strong allies like Louisa and Bip to dictate the order and way in which we got here, like Louisa said. I also outplayed my competitors. I think early on I contributed to my team's successes, and it's hard to get voted out when your team's not even at tribal. So I used immunity clues and idols to protect my allies and strategically put myself where I am. Obviously, I'm not looking for anyone to vote for me out of loyalty. This is about fun. Seth gave us a good opportunity to have fun and engage with people we don't know. And so I think all in all, it's about who made the game most interesting and exciting. And I think I did that, and I hope you agree.
Cool. Thank you. Blake, welcome.
I'm here.
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Glad we got you in there. So,
Can you?
Yeah, we can hear you, Blake.
Right on.
Yeah, so you just missed. They just had they each gave an opening statement, and then each of the jurors is going to get a chance to ask a question to them, and then we'll vote to decide who will be the sole survivor and win $450. So to start off, we'll go in order of vote off. So Will, you'll have the first question. You can ask your question and then decide which order you'd like them to answer.
Sure. I'm deciding which one I want to go with right now. Toph made the excellent suggestion of repeating his question, or rather, he told me his question, which was say something nice about Seth. Not a question, though. So I will stick with instead asking whether or not you think that Survivor is a game that should be played with personal integrity, and why or why not. And we can just go in the order that you did your opening statements.
Personal integrity.
So I'll start, right?
Yeah, so Bip.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that as much as you can, try to incorporate personal integrity, but ultimately you're going to have to vote off people that you're close to, which sucks about this game, and I think that that's the absolute hardest part, but I think that that's how you're going to get to the end. Otherwise, I don't really think you should be playing if you can't make that sacrifice a little bit.
All right, Louisa.
Yeah, I mostly agree with Beth. I think to a certain extent you should play with personal integrity. Like, you shouldn't be, mean to anyone or, attack them personally. But I think that ultimately it's a game about you're trying to win. And so I think that in order to play the game the best, sometimes you have to let that personal integrity go. And, yeah, and you have to vote off people who you're friends with and who you really like, and for the ultimate purpose of getting you further. So I think to a certain extent personal integrity, but I think you also have to be able to sort of let that go in order to succeed.
Okay, Rachel?
Yeah, echoing some of those points, but ultimately, we all set out into this with the same sort of set of rules and perceptions about what this would be and what it would look like, and for anyone to have gotten to the top 3, whether that was, you, Will, or one of the 3 of us, or somebody else, we at some point would have had to lie to someone. And obviously in my day-to-day life, my personal integrity does not consist of lying to people, So I think that, there are games, and then there's personal integrity, and the rules in which we were operating were slightly different. Louisa and Bip and I had an alliance for a really long time, which we stuck with, so it was that integrity Yeah, but did I lie to people? Also, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Jono, you're up next.
All right. Had Peter C won the last challenge, what were you planning on doing, and why, along the course of the game, would you choose to go against that one person?
Right, who do you want to answer that, Jono?
All three, whoever.
In which order?
With Louisa, Rachel.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you just repeat the last part of the question? I didn't hear.
What would lead you to go towards going against one person, or what alliances have you had throughout the game that would lead you to taking a different course had Peter C won?
Okay, so had Peter C won, honestly I don't know what I would have done, which is why it was so important to me to try really, really hard at the basketball challenge, just because to me, like, my integrity was sticking to Rachel and Louisa because they were my first and closest allies. So I didn't want to ever have to make the decision between the two of them, which is why I unfortunately had to vote for Peter C, because I felt like it was more important to stay loyal to those two, just because that was how I was playing this game. If I absolutely had to choose, I don't know. I might say that I would have kept Louisa around because she helped me right off the bat. Like, my first tribal council, I was panicking, and she was on a different team. And I reached out to her, and she really helped me and gave me a lot of advice. And I think that she was, like, a very good asset to me throughout the game, and I really, really appreciate that.
Okay, Louisa?
Thanks, Bip. I would have voted out Rachel. I think I felt like I had an equal shot against the two of them, and that I think that I was just closer to Bip, and I felt like she played a really good game, and I felt like she deserved to be in the end.
All right, Rachel?
Yeah, the Peter C vote was actually really hard for me. I think outside of myself, Peter C probably played the social game the best. I know people will disagree with that, but I think he was awesome. Blew everyone's minds, like, did stuff different, made it interesting. And I think Peter C played the social game the strongest, and Sam played the challenge game the strongest, and, you know, that's why those guys went, and it sucks because they would have been hard to beat here, which is why they're not here. And that's sort of how I feel about that, unfortunately. You guys did a great job. If I had to choose between, you know, Louisa and Bip, I would have stuck with Bip. I think, you know, she and I worked together the longest, relatively speaking, and so that would have been my choice. Yeah, but sort of 6 and 1/2 dozen the other for me. I was looking out for myself at that point. So.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jono. Blake, you're up next.
I'm eating a taco. Hold on one second.
Wait.
My question was, when it got down towards the end, really what made you choose who you were going to vote for? Particularly, you know, I was communicating with Rachel, and Bip and I were kind of a voting block to a certain extent as well. So I'm kind of curious to know, I don't know, I guess you kind of already answered it, but why did you vote for the people you did vote for towards the end?
And how do you want them to, in what order to answer that?
I'd like to hear Rachel first.
Okay, Rachel.
I was going to say, that was a really tough vote out for me as well, Blake. I reached out to you before that, partly because I felt insecure. I reached out to you, and in hindsight, it was a mistake. I shouldn't have touched base with you at all, and I shouldn't have sort of talked to you, and most people here probably don't even know that I reached out to you at that point, but I was worried about myself. And yeah, I mean, I think that ultimately, if I could have at that point galvanized the votes to keep you here, I would have. I did that before when with the Aja vote originally, it was Blake, and I sort of pushed to keep you there because I felt like you were an ally and you could have stuck around. And at that point, the tide had just turned too much. Once I realized that you and Sam had sort of split and were on the outs and he was going to advocate for you to go, I was like, shit, like I can't get the votes to do this, and so I sort of had to lie to your face, which sucked, and I should have just never reached out in the first place, so I felt bad about that one.
Okay. Louisa?
I mean, I think with you, Blake, I voted you out, one, because you're really good at the challenges. You're clearly very dedicated. You filmed yourself nude on your bathroom floor. I feel like you just were going the extra mile. And you weren't in an alliance with me, so I felt like that was an easy vote for me. I think some of the tougher votes I had to do were because of challenges. Aja, I feel like I had to sort of go against her because she was a Bobcat and because I thought she was doing really well in the challenges and that she would probably find the idol. So I wanted to increase my own chances of finding the idol. And let's see, ultimately, Sam I had to vote out because, which is what I feel the worst about, because, and I actually didn't plan on voting him out until like a couple hours before. I thought I was still going to play the idol for him, but ultimately I thought that if I went to the finals with him, I would just be steamrolled, and that sort of happened to me last time, and I didn't want to make that mistake again. So I voted people out based on helping my alliance get further and putting myself in the best position I could to win.
Okay, thanks, Louisa. Bip?
So this may have been sort of bad, but I feel like my strategy most of the time was to go with the general consensus. I didn't want to be the person, like, really pushing for someone to get voted off. So, like, with Blake, I sort of just went with the flow on that one, and honestly, like Louisa pointed out, you were very, very good at challenges. So I couldn't deny that it was like somewhat of a good thing if you left for me to get to the end, which is why I wouldn't have like really opposed it. But generally, I just tried to go with what people really wanted to be doing. The only vote that I really feel badly about, and I know that I was like the deciding factor on, was Jono's vote out, because I knew that basically that it was going to be, I forget the exact numbers, but if I voted for somebody else other than Jono, it would have been a tie. And if I voted for Jono, Jono would have gone. So I had to make this tough decision, and I feel really badly that I let Jono go because I really liked Jono, and it was really shitty. But ultimately, I was worried, and I wanted to protect my own allies first. So I tried to get rid of the possibility of a tie, and that's the only vote that I can really point to that I feel like I really influenced. Otherwise, I really think I just like went with the majority on it.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Liz, you're up next.
All right. I'm trying to decide between a few. I think I want to know which challenge you guys were each most worried about and how you handled that. And the question is for each of you. Bip, Louisa, Rachel.
Okay, Bip.
Okay, so this one's really easy for me. It was the free throw challenge, which is the most recent. Seth was actually there with me. I did it for hours and hours and hours and hours until I felt like I could beat my dad, just because I was terrified of him getting immunity, and then I would have to choose between my two close allies the whole time, Louisa and Rachel. So, like, I feel it wasn't a big deal because I felt pretty confident that, like, I would have made it to the final three even if I had lost that challenge, but it was super important to me that I was able to stay loyal to both of them and not really disappoint and let down one of them. So I tried my absolute hardest at that one. I've like never really played basketball before. It was really, I'm like still sore. It was really hard. But I'm very proud of that challenge, and I put my all into that challenge, and it was super important to me to win.
Okay, Louisa?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Pip. I think the final challenge was one I was most concerned about. When we got it, I really thought that Seth was gonna do like he did last year and do some kind of like who could hold a button for the longest, like just basically who was just gonna like be committed enough to do something really stupid. So I was really concerned, and I actually extra regretted voting Sam out at that point because I felt like he might have been able to help and beat Peter C. I also played basketball for a really, really long time, pretty much all day on Sunday. I had to fight some neighborhood kids for court time. It was like 90 degrees.
Sorry.
Yeah, but so, I mean, 5 was the best that I could do. I brought that up from 1, and there were several times where I got 0, which everyone in the neighborhood thought was hilarious. So I had people like watching and laughing at me. Yeah, so that was the one I was definitely the most concerned about because I felt like it was the most important, and it was like, it just was like a worst case scenario for me because I felt like there was no way I could win.
Okay, thanks, Louisa. Rachel?
I have a different answer. I have never shot basketball in my life, and so I knew I was not winning that challenge, so it didn't make me nervous at all. By the point I had done it, Bip had actually told me that she had outshot Peter C., and so I was feeling okay about it. The ones that made me nervous, and it was a couple in sort of the middle once we'd gotten past the top, like, 7 or so. I'm thinking specifically about the beer chugging one, were ones where I felt like I had a real shot. I might be on the chopping block. I didn't sort of know where people were going to fall, and those were the ones where I most wanted immunity and was very frustrated by the fact that early on I had been, like, banging out all these challenge wins, you know, really done right for my team, and then when it came to stuff for myself, I just, like, couldn't pull it out, and so that was really frustrating to me. But the beer chugging one, I think, hit home because I missed it by, like, a few seconds, and I was nervous about my stanchion at that point, and you know, also you have very little control over how fast this person that you're standing next to can chug this beer, and you have no idea how fast this other person is chugging this beer, and so I think that was the one that probably sticks in my head as making me most nervous. Also, bartenders in New York are not nice if you ask them to give you a beer that is sealed.
Cool. Accurate. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. And last but not least, we have Sam.
This is hard. I have a few questions, and I can think of a reason to vote or not vote for each of you. But if tomorrow Seth was going to Venmo you $450, what would you use the money for?
Who do you want to answer first, Sam?
Let's go Rachel, Bip, Louisa.
Okay.
My husband, who is in the next room, would like me to say that he would get an Xbox One, but that's not true. I think I would probably just like stow it away and spend it over time. Maybe take my coworkers who have been like surprisingly fun about this out to drinks. But I don't have a big purchase in mind or like a charitable donation or anything like that. So I'm gonna go with take my coworkers out to drinks and then like maybe splurge on a few fun things over the course of the next few weeks. Nothing that exciting, unfortunately.
Okay. Bip?
Okay. I have something I really want to do, but it depends on group interest. I think if I won the $450, that we should go out to a Survivor happy hour with this season's cast. That's what I would spend the money on, and I think it'd be really fun.
Okay. Louisa?
Hard to beat that. But honestly, so I work for a nonprofit that provides homeless services, and no, I'm not going to donate the money to them, but the point is that I get paid shit, like really underpaid for my education, work really hard, really long hours, and just don't make a lot of money, and we're moving in July, so honestly, I would probably put at least part of this, if not all of it, towards those expenses because I live on a pretty tight budget, and yeah, so I know this isn't $1 million, but $450 would actually be helpful in my life, and I would use it in my real life.
Okay, thank you guys. I will. Sorry, what's I gonna say? Yeah, one thing, just really quick. This would seem really technical, but we really couldn't take out everyone for a happy hour because that would be collusion, which is the #1 rule we cannot violate in Survivor. Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting paid this summer, so I guess I can save it.
Okay, good. Okay, well, that's all the questions. Here's how this works now. I hope you're all sufficiently nervous. Everyone just email me the vote, or who you're voting for. Remember, you're voting for the person you think deserves to win. And then I will just go off camera and write them out and read them in just a second.
Lisa, you could have taken it to the grave that you voted for me, and I never would have known.
Figured I had to fess up.
He updated the vote counts online earlier this week.
Oh.
Oh.
I guess
I
it's
thought about it, but yeah.
Seth, when does your analysis come out?
Probably tomorrow. It's over 18 pages long.
Oh my god.
Thought we might like some music. Guys, I feel like I'm really on Survivor.
Yeah, this is the hard conditions.
Jono, you look like you're in like a cupboard under the stairs, kind of like Harry Potter.
Living with 3 people in like a 30 square foot room. It's pretty beautiful.
Donna, where are you?
At Bowden for the summer.
Oh.
What a loser.
Yeah.
Jesus. Who would do that?
So are you guys friends in real life?
Yeah, which of you guys know each other outside of this?
I knew Jono like very, very cursorily from Bowden, largely based on the fact that when I was at a party and he would show up, everyone would yell, "Jono!"
Yeah, I only knew Will.
Yeah, I don't know anybody. Until now.
Seth, are you writing these out on paper so you can light them on fire?
Yeah, can you? Are you gonna burn the winner or the losers?
Yeah, the person who's red wins, so they don't. So there's no need for the fire.
Oh, actually, I have something. Hold on. Wait right there.
I'm not going anywhere, Sam. I live in your computer now.
Okay, I have all of those. I'm gonna check them.
In case anybody wants to know what 16-year-old Seth Walder looks like.
Oh no.
Yes.
Where is he?
Uh,
Which one in the white shirt is he?
Oh man, so this is crazy. So I didn't know you at all. My cousin like knows you and goes to your sleepaway camp, and I think you like know him.
Seth or me?
Did you go to the same sleepaway camp?
Yes.
That's how
Then
you know each other, right?
That's how Seth and I know each other.
yeah. So my cousin Aaron also goes to camp with you guys. Weird.
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron.
Burek, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Aaron's one of my best friends.
That's funny.
That's really funny. Seth, can I change my vote? Aaron's actually leading the trip to South Dakota through our camp that I led last year.
I'm sure he's going to appreciate this YouTube cameo.
Okay, we have a winner. All right, is everyone ready?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Votes are read. Decision is final. The winner will be named immediately. First vote. Rachel. Yeah. Rachel. Yeah. Louisa.
All right.
Anna.
Yeah, there's one vote left.
2 votes apiece. 1 vote left.
1 vote left?
The winner of Survivor with Seth 3, Louisa.
Finally! Oh my god, I could not go through that again and lose again.
Congrats, Louisa.
Congratulations, Louisa.
Thank you.
Good work.
Like I won $1 million, literally. This is the best end of my life. Oh my god. Thank you.
Good job. Good job to you, Louisa. Good job to Rachel and Dip as well. Obviously, it was super fun.
Wow, the dog is even celebrating.
Yeah, the dog is pumped.
Yeah, my dog, sorry.
It's okay.
That's a
Seriously, but thank you to everyone for both playing and showing up tonight. I hope everyone had a lot of fun. Louisa, you'll have $450 in your Venmo account soon. And congratulations.
Organizing the
Thank you.
Thank
And
you,
thank you,
Seth,
Seth,
for
for
organizing.
Welcome.
again.
Yeah, and now that Biff didn't win, she can splurge and buy us all beers at that happy hour. Okay, good. Well, thank you everyone again, and I will see you soon. And of course, I'll be doing this again next year.
Yeah, thanks, Seth.
This is my official application for
Experience
next
that.
year.
A lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Thank you,
Works,
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.